Hello, this is Marcelo again, and I wanted to show you, or I want to show you, um, you know, a proof. It's like a mathematical proof. It's a philosophical proof using math, it's all logic, and for it's hard to grasp the concept of no beginning and no end. That's why a lot of people they logic leads you to a rock solid belief in the existence of God, but it's it's hard to grasp. Or it's not that hard to grasp uh, eternality or the lack of a beginning or an end. But with careful study and with the advances in science, like the study of, and a lot of people are like, they rant on black holes and light and time travel and that's not what I'm going for. I'm a serious philosopher, a serious mathematician, a serious physicist, and many other things. So I have my proof written, and I want you to. I was gonna take a video of it all, and I have the pages numbered, but I threw it away because I had it on my Facebook. I can't lose it on my Facebook, so you can go see it along with other proofs for my for the use of light. You know, a sign to further my science. Or to further his science, I should say, or for you. Should say if that's you, but it's me, so I'm saying for him, because when you have a sign, it points you into a direction for sure, or more assuredly, and it increases your accountability. And human history is show is you can see God's grace through human history if you look. If you can't see it, then you're not supposed to. That means it's working on you. Because it needs to, because you apparently don't care for others as much as you care for yourself. But recognizing that word makes you new, gives you light. Recognizing Christ is light, and anything that glitters is gold, as a Led Zeppelin would tell you. So, transdimension. How does that work? How can God exist? Okay, without a beginning or an end. He says he is the beginning and the end, which is not just referring to time, but his word. He's the beginning of every subject and the end of every subject, or dictate, a rule, that is. And he's completely reasonable. And I want to show you how that works on my study that's on my Facebook. So you can find me at the Marcelo Lejas the Third, Marcelo. It's on the YouTube, and you just look at my Facebook and you can study it there. Excuse me. And so, a brief synopsis. You have black holes, which have the power to bend light. Physicists know this. Light, they've studied, and this work is because of Einstein, his work with the eclipses, and then the math that he did. It took him a while, trial and error, but to take us into the nuclear age, also he, did a lot of work on that. But you can see, you can study how light bends and what the mathematical implications of that are. Scientists have deduced that the universe has no edge, So if you look at how light bends in a black hole, it actually bends light. The implication of that is if matter changes form to the point of, you have speed, distance, time, the changing of time, it changes time as you move through light. The implication is that there is no time, only light that bends, or the power of the ability for light to bend and create or be space. Not just perception, but actual matter. The core of it isn't based on one thing, but on a metaphysical thing. There was a philosopher that said, "I think, therefore I am." So he proved mind-body dualism, which is the same thing as spirit, or existence of energy without matter. Light has weight. Matter, but the power of a black hole bends light. So the implication is that because of that, it's a reference to the existence of spirit, which doesn't need space or time. The reason that we have time is because we have distance. But if the universe by math is proven to be without edge, and then you can, and they've done studies on it's called dark matter, and it's like the way that they're figuring it, it encompasses about 80% of the energy in the universe is what they call dark matter. It's an unseen, extremely powerful force, mathematically, scientifically, and these are the edges of his dominion. Okay, so when he says he is, was, and shall be, he is spirit. But like Sting says, he experiences the physical world, and his glory is eternal. He's complete in and of himself, and therefore he has pierced the fleeing serpent. If you want to study Job 19 or the creation of the world, where on day 3 was kind of without form and void, you have the ability to have different dimensions and to pull the truth out of these dimensions by proof for higher beings to see, and therefore you can mold the destinies of potentially fallen entities like Lucifer to Satan, Adam and Eve to humanity, because he doesn't desire sacrifice as much as he loves his truth. He's not a sadist, basically. So, with that said, it's not a game, but the truth is whether or not you experience it or not. The same is for him. His glory is, his blood is eternal. His acts are, because they are him, and therefore his grace can reach to make a way where there seems to be no way, like Moses walking on dry ground, through deep waters. It's a picture of grace, and all the truths and glories of the battle between good and evil exist in their truth. in terms of time travel, which it's more of a less about linear movement than we think, because of the ability for the metaphysical to interact with the physical and create a dimension where the truth can be gleaned to the point of minimal adherence for free beings to eternal salvation, and even completeness and knowledge and power to the glory of God. When you can see God more, you give him more glory. So he's not being conceited when he gives you everything, so that you can glorify him and say, wow, I can see you now, therefore I give you my heart in appreciation, which directed towards God is considered worship. And he's the only one who deserves that word associated to the appreciation of, because he's unique in all existence. He has no and you can look at the proofs. There's all kinds of for different level so that you can look at the accidents and see the same as the way light works with me in this dimension. There's absolutely no way that I could perform in my humanity the synchronicity of the way light moves with me. I'm assigned to the science, and and the participator of the